across Milwaukee spent their summer working in and learning about conservation.
My name is Joaquin Bravo. I feel like I get to learn about the climate change.
My name is Jesse. To be more out in the outdoors and be motivated and active and spend more time outside.
Angelina. Probably when we went to Vincent High School, and mainly because I saw they farm, and I thought their animals were pretty cool.
My name is Quentin. Probably just getting outside. I didn't really do it much before this.
My name is Peyton Lord. I like that I get to be outside more instead of being stuck in my room, and I get to work and learn in the process.
My name is Anaya Johnson. Definitely learning about GIS mapping. I feel like that's it's low-key important.
My name is Killian Covey. I like learning about the green infrastructure, but I preferred learning about the fire programs that are available in the Forest Service.
Richard. Plant ID. Once I come back every year, I learn more other plants, new species of plants.
My name is Ian Leather. It's just something good to get out. I've been feeling my body fat going down a little, and this has been a great opportunity for me to work with people in my field of work, which is water resources engineering.
We crossed many bridges. We saw riverways go from concrete funnels to natural habitats. We built green infrastructure. We maintained and created trails. We learned about GIS mapping. We built rain gardens to help improve our water system. We planted trees. We learned about our sewage system. We went hiking. We removed invasive species to create better habitats. We enjoyed Wisconsin's native wild flowers. We found lots of snakes. We learned CPR and gave CPR to worms and visited animals and more animals and found some time for play. The most important thing we did this summer was learn.
Conservation work is my way of giving something to the people who come after me.
First reason why it's important to me because, I don't know, it makes me happy.
The conservation movement works to protect the planet. The biggest threat to the planet is climate change. So the teens started there, understanding the problem.
It's a big one. Just the changing of the environment we live in, I guess.
I am Akila Calvert. I learned about climate change my first week here. It was so sad to learn about because I didn't know how bad it was affecting us. I didn't know how bad it was. Climate change is destroying our planet.
Extreme weather events tied to human-caused global warming are slamming many places on the planet. The results so far have been deadly and increasingly costly. Millions of people are now experiencing the effects of climate change firsthand. Blistering heat waves have smashed temperature records around the globe this summer.
It was once a thriving vineyard in Spain's central province of Avila,
scorching crops,
but now everything here is covered in ashes,
knocking out power.
Now, this severe weather coming also at a very unfortunate time. The power being out means no AC, no fans blowing cold air to keep you cool.
Fueling wildfires, buckling roads and runways, and killing thousands. This is just the beginning of the climate crisis.
Now, a new study says that catastrophic climate change outcomes, including human extinction, are not being taken seriously enough by scientists. The authors say the consequences of more extreme warning, something still on the cards if no action is taken, are dangerously underexplored.
We are destroying our planet. It's really, really bad. It's bad, and we need to start learning about this kind of stuff.
Climate change is driving this heat wave. Heat waves that used to be rare are now common. Heat waves that used to be impossible are now happening and killing people. This is the climate change that we've been promised by scientists.
He's now kind of really suffering from my maybe heat exhaustion. He's really struggling.
I know that it's real and that it's very impactful on the world. Before this job, I didn't think about it as much. And now I'm starting to realize how I could easily not make such a big impact, but it could change if I did something just a little bit to help prevent it.
Several researchers and studies, including the latest UN climate report, have highlighted just how closely observed temperatures have followed predicted increases. The resemblance is uncanny, almost as if the world should have heeded the warnings of climate scientists decades ago.
My name is Ismael Casillas. It's just, I feel like we need to do our part to save and protect the environment.
Teens spent a very few hot days working at UWM with native roots. Our main objective was to remove invasive species from green infrastructure. Teens cleared thousands of square feet of invasive species from bioswales and rain gardens.
The work that I did this summer was doing a lot of green infrastructure and fixing the environment and taking out invasives.
You've probably seen many of these invasive species around the city. They're everywhere. But why is it important to remove them? Invasive species cause extinction of native plants, reduce biodiversity, compete with native plants for resources in the soil, and for water.
When I was younger, I didn't used to do much. I didn't like to be outside. I made dirt and earth tacos and stuff like that. But that was just a way for me to have fun.
In 2016, the city of Milwaukee acquired this brownfield site and has since turned it into a green infrastructure destination. Bioswales and a cistern capture 100,000 gallons of water every time it rains. The outdoor classroom hosted one of our summer storytelling workshops too. Here, teens cleared thousands of square feet of invasive species from bioswales. Bioswales are an aesthetically pleasing alternative to concrete gutters and storm sewers, employing vegetated low-lying areas or troughs that use plant materials and specialized soil mixes to treat, absorb, and convey stormwater runoff. They convey stormwater runoff from a roadway or parking lot into a storm sewer or other retention areas. Bioswales provide landscaping that, depending on the plant species chosen, may create habitats for birds, butterflies, and local wildlife. The best plants for bioswales are well-adapted natives, including thick-growing grasses or other plants with dense, deep root systems. The thicker the vegetation and greater surface area, the more effective it will be at slowing the water and preventing erosion within the swale. It takes about 3 to 5 years of consistent removal of invasive species for the native plants to fully take root. But once they do, they're more adapted to local temperatures and increase the soil's capacity to capture rainwater.
Being outside was always fun for me. I just never really was out like that. Never really learned much about our grass or the trees and things. I know a few tree names now. That's kind of interesting for me. Like, I never really learned anything like that.
The Kettle Moraine State Forest is a state forest in southeastern Wisconsin. In total, the Kettle Moraine encompasses more than 50,000 acres and more than 250 miles of hiking trails. Here, teens cleared trails and invasive species.
I think if you work outside and in the environment, it's really refreshing for you every day and every week.
The Milwaukee River Watershed Conservation Partnership was created to encourage information sharing and investment in agricultural conservation practices that promote healthy soils, clean water, and smart business. The partners implement conservation practices that are not only cost-effective for production, but also benefit local waterways and protect the area's natural character for generations to come. The program's main goal is to assist the agricultural community to improve soil health, water quality, and reduce the risk of flooding. Here, our teams help develop native prairie lands by moving thousands of square feet of invasive species. Whitnall Park is Milwaukee County's largest park. The planning for the park began in 1924, and the park was named for a man called Charles B. Whitnall. Whitnell was called the father of the Milwaukee County Park System. Many of the park structures were constructed during the 1930s, and much of the park labor was provided by the Civilian Conservation Corps program. Today, Cream City Conservation Corps' program worked alongside Jessica and Jacob from the Milwaukee County Parks Department to build and maintain nearly 4,000 feet of trails in the park. Part of that trail management was digging post holes to better mark trails. Trees for Tomorrow has been educating students about natural resources since 1944. Cream City crew members traveled hours north, stayed on the Trees for Tomorrow campus, and experienced real-life field work, developed outdoor skills, and learned about various occupations by meeting foresters, fisheries, wildlife biologists, water resource specialists, conservation wardens, and recreation land managers.
Probably the camping trip. I really enjoyed that. It was fun to hang out with people and get work done and learn.
My name is Jay Fiker. I'm a project manager at MMSD, and I work with the Fresh Coast Guardians program, which includes the Fresh Coast intern team and also the Fresh Coast ambassadors. And this is sort of aligned with our mission of getting, partnering with the community to help manage water, to protect the lake from pollution and also prevent flooding.
The coolest thing I learned and saw was how green infrastructure is generally everywhere and we don't really notice it. There have been so many times where I walked past something and I was like, oh, now that's green infrastructure, but I've walked past it before and I had never noticed that it was green infrastructure. I'm very impressed. It seems like they're doing a lot to help the environment with all the green infrastructure they're putting in place.
I thought it was really cool when I first learned about it.
Hi, I'm Zach from MMSD and Fresh Coast Guardians. Today I'm going to show you how to install your very own rain barrel. So the first step to installing your rain barrel is to choose your spot. Every rain barrel should be about a few feet away from a downspout. So for this rain barrel, we've chosen this downspout here, and we're going to put the rain barrel right here.
And today we're out here putting in a rain garden, which is part of MMSD's mission to help educate people how to manage water on their own property. And so this is a local resident that was interested in beautifying their property and also managing the water on it.
I have been living here since 1956. My parents bought this house in 1956. I was raised here. My kids were raised here. Some of my grandkids were raised here.
Right now we're learning how to grow a rain garden, and I think what's cool is all the different tools and how it's built, how you set up a rain garden.
It's really important to call the digging hotline and have the utilities get notified and come out and mark the buried underground. Basically though, a rain garden is a shallow, depressed area in a lawn, and our strategy is to excavate a little bit of the soil.
Rain gardens, which are small, shallow areas filled with beautiful native plants, reduce polluted run water from entering Wisconsin's waters. Creating a rain garden is a great way for homeowners, schools, businesses, churches, and other organizations to help protect our lakes and streams. Rain garden plants capture 30% more water than a regular lawn and filter that water into the ground. This reduces the amount of water containing household fertilizers, pesticides, oils, and other contaminants coming from our roofs, lawns, driveways, or parking lots running into storm sewers.
And do a soil amendment, which basically we add compost material and sand to help with the infiltration and that's a nice growing medium for the plants. The sand helps the water soak into the ground, and the composted material serves as nutrients. And then we plant native plants, and the native plants are adapted to our climate, and they can withstand periods of drought to a degree. They still need a lot of water to get established, but they can also handle periods of heavy rainfall. We disconnect the downspout and redirect it into the lawn using a flexible extender or a different downspout piece.
Oh, because I saw a couple of them in some people's yards, and I thought they were really, really nice. I've always wanted one, but oh, the flowers, I love flowers, as you can see.
They can contact the Fresh Coast Resource Center. 414-225-2222 would be the easiest way. Oh yeah, sure, they could also visit freshcoastguardians.com, and there's a contact us.
I want to say I thank them very much for coming out to work in this hot sun. I'm very happy to see all of them here.
You really do, like, it'll be some of the best summers of your life. Climate change is what's like kind of destroying our earth right now, and why we could possibly not be here in a couple of years due to climate change. I feel like if more people got involved, we wouldn't be dealing with the issues that we are dealing with today.
Climate change is a very big thing right now. I know that a lot of people, for some reason, still don't acknowledge that, or even or aware of that, or believe it. It does affect everyone.
I know that it's important and it's not talked about enough. I know that a lot of people don't think that it's like super important. That's why people don't get involved in it.
Climate change is one of the biggest threats to our existence on this planet. If it gets too out of control, we can get just absolute whole populations of our Earth decimated. Like, human race might still go on, but it'll never be the same.
I need y'all to listen to us. Just listen. Hear us out. No matter what the money, the everything, that's not going to be important in these 6 years we have, okay? We need you to listen to us. Hear us out. Just listen and do something to change our planet before you not have a place to be anymore.
I feel like they're more so worried about the money than they are worried about the actual climate. They think money, money, money instead of worrying about how this impacts our life.
Think about the future, please.
Make rich people pay their taxes.
Stop being so selfish. Make better decisions, I guess.
Y'all won't do anything. Y'all just care about money and all of this. But we need our earth to survive. If anything, we can't make money anymore if we don't have any trees.
Make better investments into the future versus short-term solutions.
If we come to an end, then what? Money and stuff isn't going to matter anymore. I just need y'all to hear us. I need y'all to hear us, and now, because it's not I'm very angry that y'all don't listen. Y'all don't listen at all.
We are the future of climate activism. We represent the future generations who will have to clean up your mistakes, try to fix our planet, and live sustainably.
I just want to say, just people and everybody, just do what you can to help us. Help you. Help the planet. Help us survive.